Hello YouTube, I'm Galladite 74, bringing you the first one-off video I've had in quite a bit now. In today's video, I'm going to be doing the battle tag for 2020. I was very nicely tagged by Aquarius, an awesome content creator that you guys should really go check out. The link to their video will be in the description below, as they did this tag as well, hence why I got tagged for this video. Every year I say I'm going to do this and I never do it, and this year I decided that I'm going to finally just record and do it, right? I don't know what you guys will be seeing on screen, but so, whatever's on there is on there. It shouldn't be too relevant to what we're talking about unless I note some things. But in a nutshell, this is really simple. This, I believe, was created by Birdkeeper Toby. I could be wrong about that. It's just a series of questions about the year of 2020 and, relating it to YouTube and Pokemon and stuff. And since I am a PokeTuber, I'm going to have answers for these questions. And at the end, I will tag 3 people, as that is one of the last requirements. So I'm excited to get into this, and I don't want to ramble on for too long. I don't want this video being crazy long. So I guess we can just go get into the first question here. What is the best Pokemon of 2020? This is kind of a tough question, probably the hardest one on here. I'm going to break it down into 2 things. One way of answering it is the best one added, and the other one is the best for draft this year. The best one added that isn't considered an Uber has to probably be Urshifu. Spectre is like a close second, but I think Urshifu is a little bit better. I personally am not a big fan of that Pokemon. I think it's such a try-hard Pokemon. It kind of pisses me off, actually. But I can't deny that it is very good. Unseen Fist is just a stupid ability. Wicked Blow is a very insane move. Fighting Dark is pretty solid. 130 attack. It just does a lot, and it's just really reliable for when you want to draft it. And prepping for it is always a nightmare. So it is pretty good, and I'll have to give it to that for that answer. And for the other one, this was really tough for me. The way I play draft is that I like to try and draft as many different Pokemon as I possibly can. So I didn't really draft many of the same Pokemon twice this year. One that I did, and I'll probably be the answer for this question, is Rotom Wash. I'm currently using it in UPA, and I did use it in PTL Season 4, both in which Rotom did a lot. And it was just really reliable. It came like every week. It could do different things. I usually run it a little bit more defensive each week, but I have ran offensive before. I guess another answer I could give for this is the Magnet line, Magneton and Magnezone. I think Magnezone is now pretty underrated because it did lose hidden power, but I do still think it is a very good Pokemon. I did do PTL Season 5 as a backup coach. I didn't upload that to YouTube, and I had Magneton on the team. And Magneton, despite being like a tier 4, came like almost every week, and it did work every single week. It was so good, and I 100% draft it again, even though it's like a middle stage evolution where Magnezone is really good. I really enjoyed using that line, and I definitely do plan on drafting them again. But Rotom Wash is probably the number 1 answer. The magnets are a nice backup for that. Second question is, what is the best video you have made this year, or most looking forward to making? It's going to be the best one I've made, because there's only like 2 days left in the year. Best one I made, this is an easy question for me. It is the What is Draft League video. I put the most effort into this video out of any video I've made on the channel. Most of my draft content is kind of like rinse and repeat the process. Do the battle, record the team builder. For Showdown, I'll record the battle portion after and then edit it together, which I have fun editing things, hence why the Draft League video I think is really good. I put a lot of editing into it. It's short and sweet, but not too short and sweet. It covers a lot in one thing. It's a very good general outlook on the Draft League format, which is what I wanted out of the video, and I feel like I accomplished that. And it got a decent amount of views, probably the most amount of views for any video I've had this year, so that makes the answer a lot easier for me there. Another video I guess worth mentioning is PTL Finals, my second ever championship. The only one I've won this year is PTL Season 4. So that video was pretty cool to put together just because I made that team, winning all those playoff games to get there and having just a phenomenal run through that playoff system because I was crushing it during the PTL playoffs there. And I just enjoyed that a lot. So those 2 videos definitely get worth noting the most for my channel this year in 2020. Question 3 asks, what can your viewers expect from you in 2021? Well, it is no secret that I am not the most consistent uploader to this point. However, I did go a pretty long streak there of uploading at least once a week. It's mainly, of course, just draft, which in 2021 you guys are mostly going to be expecting draft content. I am toying with a few ideas. One of them is just taking another long break and doing like draft educational content like Aquarius has been doing recently. I know Owen's been doing it, Matt O'Shea to a lesser degree. I don't think I'm going to go that route, so the alternative here, another idea I've been toying with, and the definitely one I could see myself actually doing, is completely retiring from Showdown and moving fully to Wi-Fi leagues. I am going to most likely get a PC in the near future, so setting up the Wi-Fi games that I currently am doing for UPA won't be such a hassle, and it's all going to be right there. Chess Timer really isn't as bad as I thought. In fact, I almost like it better in some ways. I feel like my decision making has been a lot better, and having some good prep behind that has been really helpful. Obviously, I would prefer like 45-minute timer with like 60-second move time is like the best I could ever ask for. But you know, alas, we still have 10-minute timer, and that's honestly not that bad. And that would mean stuff like APM, PTL, and PBA might not be on the channel as much, if at all. Rather, more stuff like more UPA or other Wi-Fi leagues that I could endeavor into. Stuff like that. So expect maybe more Wi-Fi content if I do go that route, which is the route I'm most likely to go. Just wanted to throw it in this video because I'm known for doing more Showdown stuff than anything. So it's going to be a little bit of a change. Otherwise, still like, you know, 1 to 2 videos a week. I don't see myself really changing that too often. Is there anything on YouTube that's made you feel really good this year? Yes, the answer is yes. The biggest thing that's made me really happy to see is growth. Not just for me, because I haven't really grown a crazy ton this year, more so for my friends in this community. There's Aquarius, I know Mid's growing a lot, Shay, so Jorge has definitely gone up a bit. Seeing those 4 grow, and not just those 4, a lot more, has made my heart really happy. Seeing them put all the work they have into their channel and seeing like success is just really cool to see, and I really hope they continue on into 2021. But this has just been the first year for most of these creators where I've seen like the biggest amount of growth. It's made me happy. And speaking of which, on a similar note, I feel like I've really done a good job building a community around myself and surrounding myself with good people in this community. A lot of people like to shit on, you know, the draft scene a lot, and I really think that's just so ignorant and like dumb, because I'd say like 90% of this community is just amazing. We're very accepting, very fun people, and I think it's really like just cool to be around. Yes, we have a few bad eggs. There's a side of the community that just trolls a lot, and I really do not like them. I try to stay away from like that one side of the community as much as I can, and I seem to do a pretty good job from it. So besides that side, I think, you know, we're a really good community over here, and it just sucks sometimes when, you know, people look down on us. But looking at it from the inside, it's really nice, and it makes me happy. Question number 5 is the Crown Tundra or the Isle of Armor? Okay, this is easy. The Crown Tundra. Let me tell you why. A, aesthetically pleasing. Crown Tundra is so much better looking than Isle of Armor. My opinion, of course, but that's just how it is. It's gotta be. Dynamax Adventures are so fun. They're very addictive. I don't stream them, but I have definitely done a lot of those in my spare time. Looking at it from a comp perspective, it's actually more even than, you know, a gameplay perspective. The legendaries were added back into Crown Tundra, which makes it very important because a lot of high tier Pokemon that weren't really into the game prior to were re-added back into the game. So now our high tiers are back to basically normal. For Isle of Armor, we got, you know, our Shifus, of course. We got new moves like Flip Turn, Scorching Sands, and stuff like that, which are all really awesome. And Isle of Armor did something that Crown Tundra didn't, and it kind of shifted out of what we know as Gallardex format. What we call the Gallardex right now is way different than what we used to call Gallardex back in February. And the reason I like Crown Tundra more is because, unpopular opinion coming, but the first meta we had in Sword and Shield, like really early Sword and Shield, I was a really big fan of. I really liked the limited decks and the limited moves. No Toxic and Knockoff was really annoying sometimes, but I thought it was really fun. It made for different teams, and it made lower tiers really useful. And I know not many people will agree with me there, but I had a lot of fun, and Olive Armor took that away, so a little bit of spite there. And the last real question on here is, name a smaller creator who deserves more love. Well, based off sub count, this is a little bit awkward because I am the lowest sub count I know that I watch consistently. Well, I don't watch my own content really after I upload it, but you get the gist. So that's a little bit awkward, but if I had to name someone who I haven't talked about yet in this video, it would be Jack, or Gravy. His link will be in the description, so you'll see it either way. He's the commissioner of the PTL, he's in UPA, and he's in a couple of other Wi-Fi leagues. And this guy, I have to put major respect to him because he is a pretty busy person IRL. I know he's got a lot going on, yet he still has the time and effort to upload good draft content. And just, it's good draft content, not just normal, just, oh, here's a draft battle and whatever. He puts effort into his videos, and it really shows. He's almost as sexy as I am, but I am very sexy, so I mean, it's pretty close. One thing I want to note is that he's got the perfect, let's call it YouTube voice. He's not overly annoying and fake YouTube voice, but he's also not very boring to listen to. Perfect balance between the two, right? And it just makes me want to come back to his channel every single time, and it's always a fun experience watching his draft content. So I guess I'll name him as a smaller creator who deserves more love. And then finally, I have to tag 3 people. I could tag a bunch of people, but a lot of people have already done this. So I'm going to tag 3 people I know who haven't uploaded prior to me recording this. And that's going to be Jack again, Mid Pokemaster, and then John Jr. I looked at their channels just before this. They have not uploaded this. So I tag you 3. I'll probably tag you on Twitter too. So, watch out for that. And that's just going to, wrap it up for this video. I don't have too much else to say. I want to thank you guys for a good 2020 year on the channel here. It was a little bit rough between the summer because I just wanted to take a break off of YouTube. But coming back has felt really good. Taking it slow and doing a Wi-Fi league has really helped out a lot. I'm on break right now since college ended, so I have more free time at the moment. But going into next year, it might change up again. You guys already know my answer to question number 3. More Wi-Fi could be coming, and the future's still a little bit unknown. But once again, thank you guys for sticking around if you got to this point in the video. I hope you guys have an awesome new year, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.